Hello there.
General Kenobi.
If you don't know, today is May 4th, 2020, aka May the 4th be with you, aka Star Wars Day. And in honor of Star Wars Day, let me take you back to the year 2015. You had just seen The Force Awakens. You were wondering what was going to happen with Rey and Luke, and you patiently waited 2 years to find out. Now, it's 2017, and you go to see The Last Jedi to finally find out what happens. Blah blah blah, Resistance trying to escape, Poe doing something, ew, set up for Rose, get that out of here, Finn's alive, finally, we made it. We're finally gonna find out what happens, and definitely one of the most disappointing moments ever. But I mean, and it's a defense. I know, crazy, right? How am I going to defend this blasphemy? Okay, maybe that was a bit much. However, I'm not only going to defend it, but I'm going to argue that it's the most important moment in The Last Jedi. But first, I think I should explain what people find so wrong about this scene. For starters, I mean, the obvious reason is that it's a major disappointment. I mean, it's the moment we've been waiting for 2 years. It's built up at the end of The Force Awakens to be this really cool moment, and then I mean, it makes you go, wait, hold up, what? I mean, I don't know what I or anyone else was expecting, but I'm pretty sure it wasn't that. But the other thing is just how sacred that specific lightsaber is. It's the original lightsaber, it's Anakin's, his father's, the Chosen One's lightsaber, and he just like, what? And let's take a look at how important this lightsaber is. We first see it in A New Hope when Ben, or Obi-Wan Kenobi, gives it to Luke, telling him that it was his father's. And this is also the first time that we, as the audience, ever see a lightsaber. I mean, I guess technically we see Darth Vader's first, but this is the first one that we see turned on. This is the lightsaber that Luke trains with and uses for all of The Empire Strikes Back. He uses it to escape from the Wampa. Han uses it to cut open a tauntaun to keep Luke warm. Luke trains with it on Dagobah. He fights Vader with it. The last time that we see it in this trilogy is when Vader cuts off his hand and tells him that he's his father, which I have to say, probably wasn't the best move. I'm obviously no expert in the do's and don'ts of revealing someone that you're their father, but I'm pretty sure that cutting off their hand right before doing so is on the don'ts list. But anyway, it falls down for Maz Kanata to tell us how to get a hold of it another time, aka not tell us at all. And of course, Luke gets his green lightsaber in Return of the Jedi, and we don't see the original one until Revenge of the Sith with Anakin. Now you may be thinking, wait, didn't we see the lightsaber in Attack of the Clones? That is not the same lightsaber. That is Anakin's first lightsaber, which if you don't remember, gets destroyed in the factory on Geonosis. So sometime soon after Attack of the Clones, Anakin gets his second lightsaber, which is the one that's given to Luke, and we see throughout the rest of the saga. Anyway, we see Anakin use this lightsaber throughout Revenge of the Sith. Yes, even to kill the younglings.
Master Skywalker, there are too many of them. What are we going to do?
And he used it in his fight with Obi-Wan on Mustafar, where he drops it after now respecting the high ground and getting his legs chopped off. Respect the high ground! Then, Obi-Wan takes the lightsaber, which he sees important enough to take to give to Luke in A New Hope. And the next time we see it is in The Force Awakens when Rey touches it and has that weird vision, or force back. Which still isn't really explained, but that's probably a whole nother video. This scene also has a lot of build-up to it, with Rey hearing a child screaming, which turns out to be her, and going down the stairs and into that room and opening up the box, and pow! It's the lightsaber! So yeah, that just goes to show you how important that lightsaber is to the audience and in-universe, because it's apparently able to give Rey a vision. And also, Maz Kanata seems to be surprised and excited that the lightsaber is calling to Rey when she says,
"That lightsaber was Luke's, and his father's before him, and now it calls to you."
Then later in the movie, Kylo Ren seems to think it's something special and belongs to him.
That lightsaber, it belongs to me.
Since it was his grandfather's, aka Anakin Skywalker, aka the Chosen One. Okay, hopefully by now you get that the lightsaber is important. So then why in the world would they have Luke throw it over his shoulder off a cliff, like something that you throw over your shoulder off a cliff? That was a great analogy. But like, that's the lightsaber, the first one we ever see, Anakin's, the Chosen One's lightsaber. It pretty much represents the Jedi to us, and wait a second. The lightsaber represents the Jedi to the audience. Let's take a look at Luke in The Last Jedi. He resents the Jedi. He refuses to train Rey at first. He goes into exile on this island to die along with the Jedi. And this shows that to us. This is the moment that shows us there's something wrong with Luke. It's the moment that shows us that Luke resents the Jedi. And at the end of the movie, when he's fighting Kylo as a force projection, he uses that lightsaber. He could have used his green lightsaber, and it probably would have made more sense, since the one that he's using just got destroyed. But he's using that specific lightsaber to show to us that he's back with the Jedi. And then if we look further into The Rise of Skywalker, when Rey goes back to Ahch-To, bless you. No, that's the name of the planet that has the island that Luke goes into exile on. Oh, sorry. So when Rey goes back to Ahch-To, bless you. When Rey goes back to Luke's island in Kylo Ren's ship and is burning the ship, she goes to throw the lightsaber into the fire. But Luke catches it and says,
"A Jedi's weapon deserves more respect."
This once again shows that Luke is back with the Jedi. So, this moment is the most important moment in The Last Jedi, because it first shows us that Luke is against the Jedi, and this film will be about bringing him back. For what they were doing with this film, even if you don't like what they were doing, it was a pretty good move. I think while it was a letdown from the build-up The Force Awakens gave to it, it successfully served its purpose at showing us what this movie is going to be about and where Luke is at the beginning of it. Again, whatever your stance is in The Last Jedi, taking it for what it is and what it was trying to be, they did a good job with this moment. So, in its defense, it did a good job at showing us that this film was going to be about bringing Luke back to the Jedi, by having Luke throw away the thing that represents the Jedi to us, the audience. And him using it later shows that he's back with the Jedi. Comment your thoughts below. And please be respectful of others' opinions. I have to say this because this is Star Wars fans we're talking about. Anyway, happy Star Wars Day. Please give this video a like, maybe subscribe, and check out some of my other videos. I have a video here of what went wrong with Star Wars after the original trilogy, and a video here that YouTube recommended for you. Anyway, with that said, that's
No moon.